Hello, everyone! I have a special guest on today, my friend and fellow author Lucy Regina. While I'm waiting for her to get set up so I can bring her on, I just wanted to say a few things about her so you could get to know her. I've been friends with Lucy for about 6 or 7 years, and I've always been able to rely on her to give me good advice and tips on my writing. She has been amazing. Sword of a Princess would most likely not exist without her help. And if it did exist, it wouldn't be nearly as good. She is the author of The Stories of Redonia, the first book of which is Follow the Star. I had the great honor of actually helping her edit that as well. It's a really good book. Hang on, she's having some technical difficulties. I need to help her through them. Follow the Star. I better just read you the blurb from the back, because otherwise I'm likely to give away things. For the last 12 years, the kingdom of Redonia has been ruled by a vicious usurper. Previously, only a handful of people have known his true nature, but now it shines forth for all to see. In an attempt to attain power once and for all, I actually don't know how to pronounce this name, Phelan launches a plot to get rid of his nephew, the rightful heir to Redonia's throne. Irian, the crowned prince, however, overhears a conversation about his uncle's plot, and isn't going down without a fight. With old friends and new, and one friend more ancient than the world itself, Irian tries to stay one step ahead of his murderous relative. Can he do it? And what happens when it's all over? It is one of my absolute favorite books. The second book in this series, The King's Armor, is also out and is super fantastic. Hi, Bethany. Okay, are you ready? I'm ready to bring her on. All right. See if I can do this right.
This is a lot of awkward dead silence.
Yay, you're here. You're sideways. Hang on. Can't hear you.
Hi.
Hi. So, is there anything you'd like to say about yourself before we get started on the interview?
No. Sorry. I can't
You're
think of
fine.
anything.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how old were you when you actually started writing?
Oh, geez, 9? I think it was 9. Yeah.
9?
Before,
But
I think the youngest age I have anything saved from is probably 12, maybe, if my mom still has it somewhere. But I didn't get really serious until I was about 16.
how old were you when you realized that you wanted to publish your writing?
Probably about 12.
About 12?
Yeah, I think so.
What were the first What were the first things you wrote? Were they fantasy?
Hold on. What was the question again? It's kind of staticky.
What was some of the first things you wrote about? Were they fantasy like your current books?
Um, no, that didn't happen until I was much older. I was probably about 18 when I started writing fantasy.
Really?
Let's see. I used to write mysteries, or try to anyway. They weren't very
I used to
exciting,
love reading
but
mysteries.
yeah, I did too. That's why I tried to write them. They weren't very good.
I was bound and
Uh,
determined that I was going to write the next book in the Trixie Belden series, and then the computer crashed, and I was so devastated. I gave up.
oh no.
um, what's been one of your biggest challenges when it comes to writing?
Um, Sticking with it, I think.
I can relate to
It's
that.
It's just, yeah, you just get distracted, you get writer's block.
Life
It
happens.
just sometimes doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate. Who's your favorite character that you've
Yeah.
written?
Oh, I don't know if I can choose a favorite character.
Is it like choosing a favorite
Um,
child?
yeah, but worse. Because I don't actually have children. Let's see.
Well, you have cats.
Maybe Arian.
Erin?
I think it might be Arian. Might be my favorite.
I like him
From
too.
Follow the Star. Well, the whole stories of Ridonia. Yeah, I'm not sure
What?
why, but because he's not particularly exciting. But
Well, yes, but you need someone strong and steady. I'd say he's
yeah,
pretty
I
strong and
suppose.
steady.
Yeah, that he does have that going for him.
Well, what about your favorite character written by someone else?
Oh, um, probably Caspian from
Okay,
Narnia.
other
Um,
than Caspian.
yeah. Oh, let's see. Um, this is hard. It took me a
I'm
long time to
sorry,
settle
it's
on
okay.
him. Let's see.
Almost as long as I've
Um,
known you, you've been obsessed with Caspian. Like, in a good way.
I know, but like it took me until just about then to pick a favorite fictional character. So, um,
Okay, I'll let
the
you
only
go
other
with
one that comes to
Caspian
mind
then.
is actually a historical figure. Yeah, the only other
Is
one that comes
who?
to mind is actually a historical figure, so that doesn't really count.
Who's that?
So,
We
um,
can say it counts.
I can't pronounce his middle name, but it's Thomas Rolfe from Too Many Rivers. He's Pocahontas' son, and he's pretty epic.
Oh, okay. I don't know much about him. I'll have
Yeah,
to learn about him.
yeah, that's one of my favorite books, definitely. You
Okay,
just went very green.
I
Oh, there it
am.
goes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am
That's
about
okay.
to make things harder for you now. Which of your books that
Oh
you've written
boy,
is your favorite and why?
that's actually not hard.
Oh,
So
it's
it
not?
definitely is Follow the Star. Yeah, that one was. It kind of wrote itself. Um, and it was the story that I started writing to write. The one that just like hit all the points I wanted to hit. The unicorn, the um, sparkly stuff, everything.
I wouldn't
It
call it
just
necessarily sparkly. Is it sparkly?
in my head it was.
Okay.
So maybe it wasn't for the reader, but yeah, that one was. It was actually a little hard to get back into writing after I finished it because I was like, well, I did it, but then I was like, I want to continue with these characters, so that's what we.
So you wrote
That's what I
more.
did. Yeah.
Who do you have on your
So,
writing team? I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
let's see. Well, there's you. Um, my mom helps out a bit with editing. So does my grandma. Um, let's see. And that's about it, actually. I don't really. Well, I haven't worked on writing in so long. It's kind of not really got a lot happening.
Yeah. I've still got
So,
your third manuscript I need to read through for you. I keep forgetting to do that.
yeah. Yeah, I keep forgetting to work on editing it too, so. Because the version you have is only the second draft, so
Okay.
that's.
Yeah.
It's got a
I
long way
usually
to
write
go.
up I usually write up a second draft and that's what I send to you.
Yeah.
What kind of writing adventures do you have in store for the future?
Let's see. Well, I would like to continue Stories of Ridonia. I want to go for kind of that magic number 7 books. Like most fantasy series seem to have 7 books. I'm like, I'll just go for 7.
Okay.
And then I'll probably keep going because I really like that world a lot. I recently started working on an autobiography because I had a very bizarre childhood, and so I thought that might be interesting for people to read about. That's going to take a while because it's hard to write chronologically about something that you don't remember all of.
Yeah.
So, let's see, what else? I don't really know. Every book has its own different inspiration, so it's hard to guess what happens next.
Yeah.
I do. Oh, you have an idea for the 4th book, but it doesn't make sense
Oh.
if you haven't read the 1. So,
Oh, okay.
it, that the it should be good. I haven't started writing it yet, though.
I do a lot of plotting out in my mind before I ever start writing.
Yeah.
So, who or what has inspired your writing?
It's different with every book, like I said. So sometimes it's a song. Sometimes the 3rd book in Ridonia, I just kind of sat down and started writing and saw what happened. Sometimes it's a song. Sometimes it's a dream I had. All kinds of different things, really. Like, pretty much the inspiration for The King's Armor was the book before it. So.
It was what?
Oh, it's different for every time.
No.
For The King's Armor, for instance. Oh, what's that?
You
It's
cut
really
out when
staticky. I can barely hear you.
you cut out when you were saying what
Is it?
inspired the King's Armor.
Oh, pretty much Follow the Star, because I just picked up with a thread that I didn't really carry very far, which was the magical weapon rack in the tunnel between the stables. No, not this. Is it the stables in the armory? Or the barracks in the armory? I don't remember. I should know this. But there's tunnels between all those 3 buildings, and it's in one of the tunnels.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's the stables in the armory.
Yeah, that
It is the
sounds.
stables in the armory.
I couldn't remember either when you started
Yeah.
mentioning more things.
Because in Sebastian opens it up from the stables.
Do you know what she's talking about? You have to buy the book. It's a really good book. You should
What's
buy
that?
it.
Yeah.
I'm. So I have one more question
Sorry, you're
for
cutting
you.
out again.
Ah!
Okay.
Do you have any parting advice for fellow writers or aspiring? I don't even know what that word is. Aspiring writers.
Um, I guess just stick with it is my best advice. When I was writing Follow the Star, I set a goal that I was going to work on it every single day, even if it was only just a little bit. I could write a sentence or I could write an entire chapter, but I just had to make time to work on it every day. And I didn't do that with every other book I've written, but it definitely helped me get through. That was the quickest one I ever wrote. And don't force it. And well, everyone has their own style, so it's hard to really give a lot of advice. Like, for instance, you give your characters a pretty free rein, whereas I kind of have them on a leash.
Yeah,
So,
mine read all over the
they
place.
both work. They both work though, so
Yeah.
it's hard to say. what any of the other writers or aspiring writers, what their style is going to be, you know?
That is true.
But find something that works for you and stick with it is my best advice, I think.
Is there anything else you'd like to say before you go?
I don't think so.
All right.
Can't think of anything.
Okay, I have a special request from myself.
Oh,
Can
okay.
Dimitri come say hi?
Okay, hold on. Let me find him.
Dimitri is her
I'll
cat
be
son,
right back.
and he's adorable. While she's finding Dimitri for me, you guys can check out her Facebook page, and I will also have links to her books, all of her pages down below. That way you can see for yourself her wonderful writing. Maybe if she'll be okay with it sometime, I might bring her on again for a reading and have her read the first chapter of one of her books, because she truly is a great writer. I love her books. I love fantasy, so I love almost anything fantasy, and it just helps that it's actually good writing. It's not just random writing. It's good.
All right, here he is, live
All
and in
right.
person.
This is Dimitri. He is my favorite not mine cat. I've got to go visit Lucy so
Oh.
I can meet him and pet him. And see her, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is he being
goodness.
clingy now?
Wave.
Well,
Wave to the people. No, he's not going to do it.
it looks like the cat is camera shy. Well, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. Oh, you could not hear me.
Oh, no problem. Sorry, he ripped my earbud out, so I didn't hear anything he just said because he jumped.
Oh, well, again, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. And while you were getting Dimitri, I
Thank you
told
for
them
having me.
that
It was fun.
while you were getting Dimitri, I told them that maybe we could have you back again sometime, and you could read the first chapter of your book or something like that.
It could be
But
what?
that's
Thing fell out again. Oh, it fell out again.
oh my goodness. What did I say? Oh, I told them while you were gone that maybe we could have you on again sometime, and if you felt like it, you could read a chapter of one of your books so that they could get a feel for what it's like. But if that's not something you're interested in, that's fine, and we can talk about it later. But again, her books, you can find her books on Amazon, and I will leave links in the comments for the books and her Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.
All right.